This is Raw Recap! Podcast Raw Recap! Monday nights, the war never ends. Two men enter the booth, only one truth survives. Yo, I'll turn the volume up. The king's on the mic, Aaron in the building, dissecting the fight from the opening pyro to the final bell. I'll break it down raw, send it straight to hell. Suplex the segments, RKO the takes. If the book gets trashed, then the table breaks. Who's running the show? We are. Who's dropping the truth? We are. Who's got no filter? Savage Wrestling. We are. This is Raw Recap. Savage Wrestling Podcast. We never hold back. Steel chairs flying, high takes collide. Aaron and Jonte, Monday night, ride or die. Raw Recap. Hey, Raw Recap. Hey, turn it up loud, feel the impact. Savage Wrestling Decker. This is Raw Recap. In the cut with the sharpest blade, carving up storylines the writers betrayed. Heels, faces, titles, all on the table. I'll bury the mid-card if the push is unstable. From Roman's reign to the mid-card scene, we call it like we see it, unscripted, unclean. This is awesome. You damn right it is! Wrestling Podcast, we never hold back. 3 hours of chaos, we sort through the wreck. Aaron and Johnny bring the pain on deck. Raw Recap, hey, Raw Recap, hey, Raw Recap, hey. Hit that subscribe or get speared in the chest. Savage Wrestling Day. This is Raw Recap. This is Raw Recap. Monday nights belong to us. See you after the show. And that's the bottom line. This is Raw Recap.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Raw Recap. This time, we're live. Unlike Monday Night Raw this week, it was taped this past Friday on SmackDown. So please forgive if the crowd was low on energy this week because they were probably gassed. I am Aaron Baker, and ladies and gentlemen, I've had myself quite the fucking week. Actually, quite the past fucking last couple of hours. Not really gonna get into it here because it just really doesn't matter. Yeah, finally we can announce peak season is over. However, there's a little bit of a dark cloud because I gotta finagle and maneuver my way to see if I can, get hired in and everything else, but I'm not alone. I'm here with my best buddy, fresh off of getting PlayStation 5s. John K. Davenport, how are we doing?
Man, it is so good to be done with peak season finally. Now we finally get to rest the old bones that have been beat up, beat down, abused, misused for the last month plus, slaving away as we grind for this money. It's finally over. We finally get to rest up. And we kick off the end of peak season with a pretty solid Monday Night Raw effort this week. Wasn't crazy amazing. Wasn't shitty like last week. but somewhere in the middle, I would say. Somewhere in the middle.
I'm gonna say that this Raw was like the kind of Raw that I like, that has things, that has constant seeds being planted all over the place, that makes you want to tune in to next week to see how these seeds are going to blossom, or are they just gonna fucking wilt? I mean, who fucking knows anymore with how WWE's been booking here lately, but yeah, gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen, Jonte and I did not watch much wrestling over this past weekend. Had to had to work till Saturday. Jonte was off Sunday, and he was playing Marvel's Spider-Man, just like I've been. We've been enjoying our time, and boy, let me tell you, Monday Night Raw kind of snuck up on us pretty quick. And I don't want to get on into a tangent, but dude, I'm gonna have to say it, and I know you've already said it to me personally. I think this is the most like overwhelmed gaming wise I've been in a very long time.
Overwhelmed, but in a good way, I'll say. Because it's just like
Yes.
there's so many things I want to play, I want to experience for like either the first time ever, just because I've been, Team Xbox for so long since like the 360 days, haven't been able to experience a lot of the great PlayStation exclusives that they have to offer. But also like when I was on PlayStation, like in the PS2 days and PSP days, just revisiting those old franchises that I did love from PlayStation, like God of War. So, dude, I'm freaking stoked. I wish I would have pulled the trigger on this sooner, but now we're here and I'm enjoying every second of having a PlayStation. It's great times.
It's great times. It's easy on the wallet. Fantastic. But let's go ahead and just get into this Monday Night Raw. This is probably going to be
Yeah.
a short show, honestly, because there's a couple of things Jonte and I want to hit on. But other than that, this was just kind of something for us to do for about an hour and 45 minutes, which was absolutely, I'm going to say right now, Netflix, that was great. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You gave us
95
an hour and
minutes.
45, no commercials. That is why people subscribed to your services, so they could binge watch something. Not to get, I get it. You got to pay your advertisers and everything else, and it's a live broadcast. But man, this fucking taped Raw, it just felt so fresh, and it went by so fucking fast.
Yeah, I mean, this was episode 1700. Like you said, they taped this on the 19th in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Van Andel Arena, which just want to point out, rough times in Michigan land. Being an Ohioan, we don't know rough times too much. We have our Ohio State Buckeyes who, let's face it, are, the number 2 seed, waiting for Miami in the Cotton Bowl, trying to go back to back, defending our college football national championship. And then Detroit, the Detroit Lions going down, and what was a stunner at home to my personal favorite NFL team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, AFC North. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. And just not good times. And then, dare I say, are we allowed to say Sharon Moore when talking about Michigan? Or is that like, is it like us during Hate Week and we put a red X over the M? Are they just putting X's over Sharon Moore's name now? Like, does he not exist anymore? Or because, I mean, we all know what happened there. So, but yeah, it was a nice little 95-minute show taped. I love that it was only like an hour 35, like you said, because like it went by super fast. There's like a few matches, a couple of storyline plot points, and the main focus, the main takeaway, we're building toward the Jan 5th show. I mean, Jan 5th is going to be a stacked show. It's 2 weeks away. Next week will be the last Raw of 2025, which will be from Orlando. So yeah, I mean, we have one more Raw of the year, and then that big Jan 5th show, which it looks like, I mean, every championship on Raw, I believe, is being defended. You've got the tag titles on the line, the women's tag, or no, not the women's tag. No, actually both, right? The women's tag titles are on the line. The men's tag titles are on the line. Maxine's defending the IC belt, right, against Becky, I think. And then you have the world title. So yeah, it's going to be pretty freaking stacked. So that's where this whole, show and this whole story is like culminating for. And then Jan 5th is going to be like a tent pole event, and then we're going to build off of that. So everything up until Jan 5th is kind of just, how do we get to that debut anniversary show? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're working out right now.
Yep. So, shout out, if you can see on the screen, shout out to the Ohio State fan. You can see on the screen, dead center, had one of the greatest signs during this match. It says, "Cheaters don't prosper." Sorry, cheaters never prosper except for Eddie Guerrero.
That, when they say not all heroes wear capes, that guy is a hero. Good shit.
Yep. All right. So the first thing that we had on Monday Night Raw, first match kind of ordeal. Well, before any of that, we see Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker all walking into the building, and they're all looking to their right, our left. And Paul Heyman goes, "Go ahead, go inside, get warm. It's cold outside. I'll see you guys in a minute." And camera pans, and there's Austin Theory. Him and Paul Heyman have a chat, and Austin Theory says, "I'm all about taking things now. And I hear that you have a match tonight. And I want to take that opportunity." Paul Heyman goes, "Pretty much, I'll let you know." Planting the seeds of what we're going to eventually get for the main event of Monday Night Raw. First match, we kick it off with Asuka with Kairi Sane in her corner, and Rhea Ripley, who comes out by herself. They had a pretty good match. There is one thing that I did say about this match, and it wasn't even about wrestling. It was the fact that Motionless in White is kind of mid, kind of hit and miss, is the exact words. They had a pretty decent match. Then we had the shenanigans.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we knew it was gonna eventually lead into like some Kabuki-esque outside interference once you see Kairi Sane on the outside with Asuka. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll mention what I was gonna say afterwards. It's not really like super important.
Yeah, so they had a nice little match. Then we had like the outside interference, like you alluded to. Obviously, Kairi gets involved. And then you have Io eventually does come out with the tape on her back because that's why she didn't come out with Rhea initially, is because Rhea told her you're injured, you can't do it, you're not fit to compete, just stay back here, I'll go do it. So then she later comes out once she sees Sane getting involved, takes out Kairi, and then Sky climbed onto the apron, spoke to the ref, and then Sane tripping up Io, lands on her bad back. She's selling it, obviously. And then, Asuka rolls up Ripley, gets the 1, 2, 3. Went about 10 minutes, 55 seconds. Yeah, it was pretty decent. It was, nice little match. Obviously, we're just kind of building towards the January 5th tag team championship match between these ladies. So I mean, that's going to be the eventual payoff, but this was like a nice little pit stop on the way there.
Yes, sir. And the thing that I wanted to add here is, man, you've been preaching to me about how Kyrie Sane is like, okay, listen,
Mhm.
we're gonna take a quick detour to Goonersville. So all the Gooners, come underneath the Gooner tree. Come on, come one, come all. Please make sure that you've washed your ass first. But man, Kyrie Sane tonight looked super good. And that's all I'm going to
Yeah.
say about it. Okay, now
Yep.
Gooners, go away. Go away. Go away. I don't
Get.
need to hear you gooning over fucking Rhea Ripley or anybody else. Go away. So then next on Monday Night Raw, we got a backstage with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. The boys is what I'm going to call them. The boys, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They basically tell Paul Heyman they don't trust Austin Theory, and Paul Heyman basically says, "Well, I trust Austin Theory, and I don't give out my trust very often. I saw the vision in you two, and I see the vision in Austin Theory. That's why tonight it will be CM Punk and Rey Mysterio taking on Austin Theory and Big Bronson Reed." Now, Paul Heyman walks away, and Braun and Bronson look at each other, and Braun says, "Hey, I got your back out there. I don't have his." What do you think?
This was, nice little segment. Basically, this is kind of like set up to be like the audition for Austin Theory to get into the Vision. Austin sees that there's a spot that could be filled by him. He wants to be taken more serious. He's not with the whole Grayson Waller goofball shtick anymore, which I'm a fan of. I want to see a more serious Austin Theory. I think that's what the crowd always wanted for him,
Preach.
and has kind of been stopped and started on that. Obviously, he was booked differently under Vince McMahon, because I think Vince McMahon actually saw the quote unquote vision, if you will, in him. And that's why he kind of like was pushing him so heavy
Okay.
early on. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was cool. I pointed this out to Baker when we were watching this segment. I was like, I'm really loving the connection between the Brawns, like Braun and Bronson. They're really growing on me. Like, I like that he pointed out that, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. I have your back out there. I don't have his. I don't trust him yet. And, Bronson's just like, dude, like, don't worry about it. Like, I'll handle it. Like, me. And so, like, yeah, they have, and they're tight. So, like, I like that they're, growing their bond. I wasn't buying it at first. It didn't wasn't really like clicking to me, but now I kind of like them together as a group, and they've grown on me. So, yeah, thought it was a nice little segment. But the next segment is what I really want to talk about. I'll let you take the lead on this.
Okay, so the next segment that we get here, ladies and gentlemen, was one of my I don't know if this is like backwards or not, but this is one of my personal favorites. Becky Lynch comes out, makes her return. She's basically doing the whole bitching and moaning shtick. That's what I'm going to call it, the bitching and moaning. But during Becky Lynch's promo, I picked up on something, and I mentioned it to you, and you didn't have a reaction, and I'm a little upset about it. And I said, I think Becky Lynch is doing her best Donald Trump here. She's sitting here saying things like, "I am the greatest women's wrestler of all time." Sports Illustrated saying it. Vogue is saying it. Everyone is saying it. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. They're saying it. I promise you, they're all saying it. I'm the greatest.
I get what you're talking about,
Basically,
the
what I'm saying is
similarities,
Becky Lynch
but
is literally cutting a promo and not getting to the point. And I'm just like, okay, let's wrap it up here,
I
Becky
mean,
Trump, because
so the
that
point.
she is so long-winded in her promos, it makes me fucking almost fall asleep.
I mean, the part of the promo, she came out and just said like, "I'm the real women's IC champion. I've been screwed over. These
Okay.
Maxine wins have been shenanigans. They've been balderdash. They don't count.
Okay.
The ref's been screwing me. She fast countered her on the count out win. We all saw it. And then I mean Becky did get a little hot headed, but the ref DQ'd her for getting a little too, a little too much. And so like I mean, sure, in the record books, she has 3 victories, over Becky. But, there's some asterisks along with some of those victories is all I'm saying. So like eventually, January 5th, they're going to have to run it back, and then we'll see where the company, is really leaning. But just a couple things to mention before we get further into this segment, things you kind of left out. They did hype up WWE Unreal Season 2 premiering on January 20th, if you guys are a fan of that. Which I liked the first season. I thought that was pretty cool, so kind of interested in that. And then obviously they just hyped up Cody Rhodes' interview with John Cena because he got the first interview post Super Cena's retirement. So,
on the channel, we haven't really done any content about this, and I'm going to be honest with you, not really a fan.
of Unreal.
If this was Vince McMahon still running WWE, do you think we'd see John Cena like not even less than a week later?
Oh, you mean you're talking about the podcast?
Yes. It's nothing to do with like Cody Rhodes. It's just like John literally told everybody for an entire year, hey, when I'm done, you're not going to see me again. And then magically, breaking news on Cody Rhodes podcast. What do you want to talk about? He's going to sit down with the freshly retired John Cena. Why? Let him go. Let him do his own thing. He has given you 25 years of the business. He doesn't owe you a damn thing anymore. I should not be seeing John Cena on a WWE sponsored podcast for anything. That means, what do you want to talk about? Stephanie's show, Undertaker's Dying show, Logan Paul's podcast, the fucking Raw recap. I don't need to see John Cena right now. Is all I'm saying. It just
I didn't know you
feels
were
to
that
me,
hot about it.
it's because I'm starting to see some things that I'm not really liking about WWE, and I'm noticing that they like to milk the teat of things. And I don't want to see John Cena's teat get milked. Pause. I don't want to see people making memes of John Cena, a cow in a John Cena t-shirt, and here comes old fucking Big Nose with a fucking bucket and says, "All right, John, I need you for one more time, one more appearance, John."
I mean, I get where you're coming from. I just figured like this is gonna be the last thing he does, and then he'll just, now he's done.
I hope so.
But anyways, eventually during Becky Lynch's promo, Maxine Dupree makes her entrance, which I gotta say she looked all the way live.
Gooners.
I know the show was
Gooners.
taped, but Maxine Dupree was live.
Gooners,
week.
come back.
So Dupree cut actually a really good promo here. She basically like conceded that, hey, Becky, yeah, you are the GOAT, and I'm just a rookie, but this rookie beat the GOAT. So the crowd got really hot for that. This fired up Maxine in her promo, and she's like, you know what? I'm not just the fans' Intercontinental Champion. Becky, I'm your Intercontinental Champion. And I need to hear that from you. You owe me that much. And Maxine also said that, look, she looked like someone who basically, yeah, you might be the GOAT, but your best years kind of in the past. You're kind of over you're over the hill now. You're over the hill.
She gave Maxine pronouns, pal. Maxine gave her the face that I do every time I go. Yeah.
Literally, like she kind of gave her the old Yeller kind of bit. Like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
we might have to put you out back in a couple years. So let's, let's relax. And then,
Yeah, I really
Becky
like this
snapped.
promo.
Becky snapped immediately after that. Like,
yep.
then
What
she just
is
unloaded.
exactly what she needed to do.
Yeah, she unloaded on Maxine, fell to the mat. Lynch is throwing punches, mounts her. He's on top of her, throwing lefts and rights.
Pause.
Takes the title belt, held it up on the apron. Thought she was going to take it, but then she came back to continue the onslaught, to continue the assault. And then that's when Dupree actually took the offense to Becky, put her in the ankle lock, and tapped her out. So
yeah, she yoinked that ankle.
Yeah, she was tweaking it. She laid down with it. Loved the technique. Maxine, I think they're going with Maxine for the foreseeable future. I really think. I know you think that Becky's going to get the belt back. I honestly think
it's just
Maxine's going to carry it.
Brother, I'm really, you know me, I'm a delusional optimist, and with like everything going on right now in my life, I try to see the silver lining in everything. I am really fucking delusionally optimistic when I say this, that I hope WWE turns it around in the year 2026. And they don't do the same things that they did wrong in 2025. Like, for example, having Becky Lynch be the Intercontinental Champion, Women's Intercontinental Champion. Because what the fuck did it do for Lyra? It didn't do fuck all for Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria is stuck in the Bayley vortex. And she ain't escaping anytime soon. We'll talk about that in a minute. So my fear is that if they go with Becky Lynch, fuck does that do for Maxine Dupree? They don't do fuck all for Maxine Dupree. Maxine Dupree's just going to keep doing what the fuck she was doing before she won the Intercontinental title.
So so I'm sorry I was so quiet there. I actually just saw, I guess WWE potentially spoiled the outcome of the Jan 5th.
Go ahead. Lay it on me so I can crash out right here, right now. Tell me who wins that goddamn fucking match, because if it's Becky Lynch,
should I? No, not for the world title between Punk and Braun.
No, do not spoil that match.
Yeah,
I thought you were about to. I thought you were about to be like, ooh, WWE just.
Let's just say I will keep that to myself, and then if it's if it proves to be true, I'll say it next week on the show. Or
okay, you know what? I'm curious. What's the theory? This is a theory, ladies and gentlemen. This is a rumor, a theory. We're not saying that this is going to be fact or happen or whatever the fuck. I want to put that out there now because someone's going to come up here and be like, that wasn't fucking true. You were fucking wrong. Well, guess what? I said it was just a theory and a rumor. So go fuck yourself. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
Okay, you can tell me on. You can tell me.
I'll tell you off here.
Microphone.
Yep.
All right. So before we move on, because this woman only deserves the best, we're going to take a sponsorship break, and we're going to thank our sponsors real quick. We want to give a special thank you to Dubbies, Space Panda, and Cowboy Revolution Apparel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have for you, while I sit here and stall, I have for you some fucking wonderful news. Some great news, actually.
Oh.
Dubbies, if this page would load. Okay. Dubbies has a new collab. It's an anime collab. Now, their last anime collab was with Solo Leveling and I think Chainsaw Man. But this time, and you're gonna have to help me with this once it appears on screen because I'm gonna butcher this name and I don't need somebody telling me that I butchered it.
Okay.
But
Is
I
it
think it's
Gachiakuda?
called no, it's called
Oh.
Furin. Yeah, I'm not trying. I'm not trying. I'm gonna butcher that. Fear. If you know what, not even. Not even gonna try.
Oh, Freerin, yeah.
Okay, I thought
I
that's
heard
what
that's
it
a really
was,
good
but that
one.
just sounded weird. But yeah, this is Dubby's next anime collaboration. Jonte, please tell us what that word is because I will have a stroke if I try to say it.
Freerin, Beyond Journey's End. I hear it's a really good anime. I haven't seen it yet personally. It is on the watch list, but I hear it's
Mhm.
magnificent. So yeah, definitely
Yeah,
check it out if you haven't.
currently, ladies and gentlemen, we're a little bit preoccupied with One Piece. One Piece
Mm-hmm.
literally finishes its first season in 6 days. So Jonte and I are desperately trying to play catch up. But anyways, this is their latest collaboration here. It's Jitterless Energy, and basically, Jonte, what that is have you ever drank a Monster and you feel like you could literally run through 20 brick walls? Well, with Dubbies, you won't fucking feel that shit. You won't feel the crash afterwards either. But this flavor specifically is honeydew and white grape. These look like these are going to be your shaker cups. I do recommend you guys get one of these shaker cups. I do have one myself. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, there you go. There's your official collect. Ooh, they're metal. They're metal water bottles, which means, ladies and gentlemen, it will keep your shit cold. Sorry if I yelled. I'm going into seller mode here. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is your new flavor for Dubbies. I'm not gonna do the whole spiel with everybody else. That's the only one that I know that has new products. Okay. But if you want that specific collaboration, boy, do I have a promo code for you. It is Savage Pod. That's right. It is coming at the bottom of your screen here. Savage Pod for 10% off on Dubbies and Space Panda only. If you use code Savage Pod on Cowboy Revolution apparel, however, you get 15% off. So, you know what? Fuck it. We haven't really done this in a while, so why not? And Jonte has never really seen our sponsors here, so if you just give me 1 second here to pull up this one. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. I love when I can go to our sponsors' home pages and I have something to actually talk about. So this is great, ladies and gentlemen. Just in time for the holiday season. I wish I would have known this a little sooner, and I do apologize. I am a terrible, terrible advertiser. Are you going to add yourself to the stage, or are you going to be retarded? Whatever. If it gets added to the stage, let me know.
Yes. I think it just did.
Give me added to the stage. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's your sale. You buy 2 hats, you get the third free with your little Santa Claus, or get a 20% off of your order with code HOLIDAY20. Now, I don't know if our promo code SavagePod will work with this, but I do have to say, Cowboy Revolution Apparel has some pretty badass designs. I specifically like this one. It's called Earn Your Feathers. And again, fairly priced, $45 for a hoodie. Where else are you going to be able to find that? I mean, goddamn, go give them a ring, or not a ring, but go give them your business, please. I would really appreciate that. And then our final one. This one is going to be a little hard moving forward for the state of Ohio, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. This is Space Panda. For people who are currently not in the state of Ohio, you can probably purchase this with no issue. If you are currently in the state of Ohio, like me and Jonte are, we're shit out of luck. Because our governor is an old geriatric fuck who's never smoked weed in his entire life, and his beer constituents told him to ban intoxicating hemp or the Delta 9. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these are gummies. These are edibles, basically. Anything that you could think of. Might actually have to try some of these just to push the limits. And again, use Savage Pod for 10% off. You got different flavors. You got Yuzu Lemonade, Blue Moon. That looks absolutely stellar. Pixel Lime, Blood Moon, so many more. Let's move on from the sponsors. Let's get back to Monday Night Raw because we have the wonderful, the gorgeous Stephanie Vaquer, and she is talking to Adam Pearce. And Stephanie Vaquer, well, Pearce first asked Stephanie, so how are we going to resolve this issue with Nikki Bella and Raquel Rodriguez? Well, Stephanie says, I would like to take both of them on. And Adam Pearce goes, well, I do like a fighting champion. How about next week? It'll be you, Raquel Rodriguez, and Nikki Bella for the WWE Women's Championship. Go ahead.
So, love that Stephanie wants to be a fighting champion. It just goes to how amazing of a warrior she is, and it's par for the course for her. We know how dominant she is. Raquel Rodriguez, I have a bit of a gripe with her that we'll talk about a bit later, so I'm not going to get into that now. And we all know the hoe bag that Nikki Bella is, so we know she's taking the pinfall. Obviously, she'll probably be looking up at the lights at the end of that. But that will probably be might be the main event. Sounds like it'd probably be the main event for the final Raw of the year. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, nice little segment. And then we got into our second match of the night, which was Javon Evans taking on Rayo. I forget how they're kind of pronouncing it, with El Grande Americano and Bravo. And I mean, Rayo is honestly just Pete Dunne in a mask, but they had a pretty, solid match. I mean, someone has to take the fall. Javon is the star here. We're building for Javon. This whole segment is like, oh, Javon, we want you on Raw so bad. Let's give you this jobber in Michigan that you can beat real quick so we can sign you. Because, they're probably going to sign him. Like, starting in 2026, he's probably going to be on Raw. So that's cool. Love that.
Boy is going to be bouncing every week.
He's going to be bouncing everywhere on Netflix. So that's good for him. Gets more exposure. The match went about 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Rayo gets beat with an OG cutter before getting pinned 1, 2, 3. After the match, they try to jump him. They being El Grande Americano and Bravo, pronouns pal. They enter the ring, and then Javon just evades them with his superior athleticism and speed. So, it was a nice little segment. Let's just get Javon on Raw already and move on. No other real thoughts there.
Yes. There was one thing that you did forget. There was a vignette for the Usos that called out the tag team champions, was made official for next week.
Right.
I don't know
yes,
how
yes.
much more glaze I can give Javon Evans before it starts being before people start calling me gay for Javon. I mean, Jesus Christ. What this dude is literally our classic creator wrestlers just doing shit. Just doing shit. And you made it a point, and I really wish you hadn't, because I'm honestly so done with this phrase. You were like, man, I hope those Javon Evans shirts. You were like, I bet those Javon Evans shirts are just flying off the shelves with that 6'7". 6'7". Dante's quote this show. 6'7". Oh no,
Okay.
actually, before we go into this, I forgot to mention the reason why I sounded a little checked out during the Rhea Ripley Asuka match is because Dante went on a 5-minute diatribe about how he cannot stand the phrase happy holidays. And I can't either. I don't give a fuck who gets offended. To me, it's always been Merry Christmas. Whenever the fuck we decided to change it to happy holidays is when we got cooked as a society. Not everybody deserves a participation trophy. Sometimes there's going to be bench warmers. And you know what? They are going to be happy to be in that fucking role, and they just don't want to be fucking recognized.
Yeah, I went on a little diatribe about the happy holidays thing, just because, why are we trying to be PC here? Why are we trying to be PC when Triple H is at the White House with Trump?
At the White House. Bro, they posted that 8 hours before the show started.
Did they really?
They posted that he was at the the official White House Twitter posted it 8 hours before the show started.
See, it's just like, let's be consistent in our messaging at least, Yeah,
but, I'm not going to repeat anything that Jonte said. It is for us.
And I'm not either. Let's go on to our next segment.
Next segment, we go backstage. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee were interviewed with Kathy Kelly. You did make it a point to mention, because we were also making sure that we were doing the proper research for the show and making sure that we had our facts straight before we came on here and was like, oh guys, this was like taped last Friday, and when in reality it was like taped like fucking like last Wednesday or whatever the fuck. But it was the SmackDown team that was calling the show, and we get Kathy Kelly, not Jackie Redmond.
Mm-hmm.
Missy and Kathy Kelly, sorry. Missy and Kathy Kelly. They were interviewed, and they vowed to make their match against the Usos a classic. And even Dragon Lee said that they're going to bring the fire.
Yep. Moving on.
Moving
we
on.
A Braun Breaker video package, basically stating, the line that he said last week: "Am I getting Prime Punk during the 434 run, or am I getting this watered down version?" And he's going to take the title away from him on January 5th. Then we get the hoe bag segment, and every time this wannabe wrestler. She's really just a reality TV star masquerading, trying to pretend that she's a wrestler. She's really not. Nikki Bella, the divorcee of the former Dancing with the Stars guy, Artem, paying child support and alimony to him. You know the backstory. She interrupts Cole and Graves walking out. By the way, she's now dating a 20-year-old when she's 60. Said that she's the most famous person and she's just arrived. She climbed to the broadcast table because she's important and wants to feel important about herself. She gets some cheap heat because that's all she can do is attack the sports teams like the Detroit Lions, even throwing out a pro Ohio State line, which was true. I'll give her that just because I'm a Buckeye homer. That's the only thing I liked about this segment. Nikki told the fans not to forget she's a legend before dropping off the table, leaving Graves and Cole speechless.
And
I think
so
this
was
is all
I.
really
I was
just
like, what the
comical
fuck?
at this point. It's kind of like it's either really funny or really sad because either she really thinks she's like this star that she's saying she is, or she knows this is all like, tongue in cheek and it's a joke. But yeah, and then we, move on to our next segment, which was like Bailey making her entrance with Lyra, and then my Roxanne, all she want to do is party all night, and she came out with Liv Morgan, and then we get match number 3, Bailey taking on Roxanne, Lyra in Bailey's corner, Liv Morgan in Roxanne's corner. So what did you think about this match? Match 3.
I'm gonna be honest
or the
with
hoe
you.
bag segment. What do you think about the hoe
I
bag?
checked the fuck out during this
Anything to
match.
say about the hoe bag?
Nope. Moving on. You pretty much hit the nail on the head. I know for a fact you did not call her 60. That was crazy.
Might as well be.
Also, the 20-year-old that she's dating is Philadelphia Eagles cornerback, Cooper DeJean. Is it Cooper DeJean or Cooper DeJean?
Doesn't really matter. Papa John's, Papa Jeans, doesn't matter.
Tomato, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Moving on. Bailey versus Roxanne. We got Liv Morgan out here. Who doesn't love Liv Morgan? We got Roxanne caked up on a Friday night, but on my TV on a Monday night. It was nice to see. We got Bailey caked up on a Monday night. That was nice. Then we got poor ass Lyra Valkyria. Who, you know what? I'm just going to come out here and say it. Straight face Jones. I'd take her out to dinner and be done with it. And that's about as far as I'd get. That's the PG version of what I said while we were watching Monday Night Raw. Anyways, moving on. Bailey versus Roxanne Perez. Gonna be honest with you. Like I said, checked out. Anything that Bailey does right now, I'm not really into. Because I finally figured out what it is. She's just... I think it was either you or James that said it. And kind of what happened tonight kind of confirmed it. Why are they treating Bailey like Festus, where she gets stabbed and then locks in?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. And that's not the only thing that happened. I'll let you handle that. Because this involves two of your girls and one of mine.
I know. So yeah, Lyra, like he alluded to.
Hold on. And before you start, I don't mean to interrupt. Before you start, I do not condone the actions of Raquel Rodriguez here in any way, shape, or form. I think she's out of line. But also, so is Liv Morgan.
Yes. So during the match, they're having like a pretty, average match. It was a little clunky considering I consider Bailey and Roxanne to be both very good workers, but it wasn't like the smoothest thing in the world.
Chemistry was off.
Yeah, it just wasn't like really clicking tonight. But eventually Raquel showed up at ringside, and a short time later, Morgan distracted the referee while Roxanne removed a turnbuckle pad. I think it was the middle turnbuckle pad in one of the corners, and ran Bailey's head into it. Then Roxanne made the cover. But while she's making the cover, while she's making the cover, for some damn reason, Raquel Rodriguez doesn't have the... I don't know if she just went Ray Charles for a minute and was like, oh, I see my Judgment Day members making a pin and she's trying to win a match. Maybe now wouldn't be the time to, I don't know, get on the raping and complain that I got yanked off even though I'm not supposed to be here. I didn't come out with her. I just came out here randomly because, I don't know, I thought they needed help and blah, blah, blah. My name's Raquel. Like, seriously, have a little more ring awareness. You see your partner's trying to make a pin. Why is your ass on the apron complaining anyways? Like, get off the apron. Let there get a count going at least. So now we're showing just there's some dissension. There's some the
Hold up,
chemistry's
hold up,
off.
hold up, hold
The
up, hold
chemistry's
up.
off.
Chef, 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 chef. I need you to hold on for just a second. I know for a fact you did not just say. I don't know if Raquel pulled a Ray Charles or something and forgot where she was at.
Well, she just went blind for why did she decide to make logically? It makes no sense. Why would you get
It
on
makes
the
no
apron
sense.
to complain during the pinfall? Like whatever. But it is what it
Liv
is.
was already doing the complaining and the bitching and the moaning.
Yeah, it was just.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, then it's all fucked from there. Now Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne are not on the same page. Lyra slaps Bailey. She fires up, pins Roxanne in 7 minutes 40 seconds, and then we're done. We're done with that match, and then we're hyping up. Sorry,
The main event.
We're hyping up the main event. So,
well, hold on. Before that. There's a couple of things. There were a couple of backstage segments. We had Austin Theory talking to Bronson Reed. He told Bronson they were kind of like, I think Bronson was saying that he wanted to start the match, but Austin Theory said, "No, I'm going to start the match." And you pointed it out that you think that Bronson actually kind of liked that he was taking charge a little.
Yes. Yeah, that was the important part. Yeah.
And then we go to Finn and Dominic, who are doing what men do, playing video games, when out of nowhere, 3 women come rolling in with a storm out of hell, and Finn goes, "Hey, hey, hey, what's going on here?" He turned Australian for a minute. I am so sorry, Finn. I can't do the Irish. I can only do Australian. I'm sorry. And fucking the women were going at it. Fucking Raquel storms off. She goes, "You know what? I don't need this. I have a title match next week that I need to focus on." Attention.
Yeah, so I'm not liking that. I thought everything was hunky dory last week, and literally a week later, everything's gone to shit. So I'm not having the greatest of days. Not
Well,
happy
guess
for my
what?
girls.
I think I know why. Everything in the Judgment Day was all hunky dory before fucking
It was.
Liv Morgan came back.
It was. Yeah. Now there's
And now
arguments.
Raquel thinks that since Liv is back, she's got something to prove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't think Liv is going to like that very much. Because remember what I've always told you. The eyes tell a million stories.
Yeah, I mean, she has
Liv
some of the best
Liv kind of
facials,
gave her
yeah.
a little bit of a look, because I looked specifically at Liv Morgan during this whole thing, and she gave her a little bit of a, like, "You're going to be women's world champion?" Yeah, right.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if Raquel can pull it off.
She's not. Nikki Bella's taking the pinfall, let's be real. Moving on. We go on Victory Lap Part 2 for Gunther.
Part 2.
And the Grand Rapids, Michigan fans, for as tired as they were, because this was taped, I think either before or after. I'm going to assume after SmackDown, because it was still kind of a packed house. But we get Gunther out here, and he's got heat. I mean, so much heat that the fans won't let him talk. And he basically told the crowd that they shouldn't be pissed off at him. Be pissed off at the guy who quit like a little bitch. And then here comes CM Punk, who looks very pissed off. And I make this joke every time we watch Monday Night Raw and CM Punk's on the show. And I go, Dad, you do not want any part of Gunther right now. He will end you.
Yeah, it's true.
Gunther goes out of the ring, goes to the ring steps, and I absolutely love that they are having Gunther do this. Looks at Punk and he goes, "You can't see me," and laughs and just walks off. And here comes Good for Nothing, old ass, son of a bitch,
Okay.
Rey Mysterio, who unfortunately injured his son this weekend at a Triple H show.
Piece
Not
of
only,
shit.
ladies and gentlemen, is Rey Mysterio a deadbeat, but now Dominic can come back and say that he was very abusive. So, nice little added bonus that you could have for Dominic there. And then we get to our main event, buddy. Get to our main event. You're finally here, the main event. Oh, actually, no. We have like a 2 second like back screen while they transition to backstage. Gunther is walking backstage and he goes, and there's AJ Styles. And AJ goes, "You never know when to shut up, do you?" And Gunther goes, "I guess I don't." And then he laughed in AJ's face. Now we get to the main event.
Yes.
Division, which consists of Austin Theory and Bronson Reed with the Schemer, Paul Heyman. That should have been his name, the Schemer. Taking on World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. Thoughts? Thoughts on the match?
So, like I said, my main takeaways from this match were I wanted to see how they were going to position Austin Theory in this match.
Yep.
And they positioned him about as strong as you could, especially given this like I mean, it was essentially like an audition match to get into the division is what it felt like. I like the new look, the new attitude. He's more serious. Like I said, no longer a goofball of old. The match was actually pretty solid. It was a nice, tag match. You got some big names in there. I mean, you got Bronson Reed, who, like I said, he's main evented against Roman Reigns and beaten him now.
In Australia.
In Australia, Rey Mysterio is, Rey Mysterio, legend. Punk is Punk, and Austin Theory's kind of like in some good company here. And what really surprised me was, the outcome of the match, the inevitable outcome of the match. It went 15 minutes, 15 seconds. The closing sequence of the match, Rey tags in, gets Bronson Reed in position for the 619, but doesn't see so big. Like when they say he's 330, like I believe that's a legit like 330. But Austin Theory gets the blind tag, tags himself in. Rey doesn't see, and cuts off Rey with a nice clothesline. Rey eventually hit Theory with a 619 positioning, when he gets him into the ropes, hits the 619, drops the dime on him, and had him beat, to be honest. Looked like he was about to get the 1-2-3, but then Bronson Reed pulls Rey to the floor and put him down. Punk went after Bronson, hit him with a clothesline, and that sent both of them kind of tumbling into the timekeeper's area. And then in the ring, you see Rey Mysterio went up to the top, but Theory crotched him on that top turnbuckle. And I want everyone to keep an eye on this because Theory keeps using it. He hits Rey with the curb stomp, Seth Rollins' move, and pins Rey 1-2-3, 15 minutes, 15 seconds. Now he keeps using the stomp. I had theorized to Baker before the show and in weeks prior that I think what inevitably is happening here, that this could be a potential, breadcrumb or Easter egg, is that Theory is, he's saying all the right things, he's doing all the right things, but kind of feels like a sleeper agent to me. Kind of feels like has some like Seth Rollins influence here. Maybe being the eyes and ears, while Seth was gone. You know what it kind of reminds me of? If you think about Seth Rollins during his Monday Night Messiah era, that was kind of short lived, but I kind of actually thought it was a little underrated. And he was like taking in, he took in Rhea Ripley's husband when he was still in the company. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Buddy Matthews.
What is her husband's name?
Buddy Matthews.
The wrestler in AEW.
Buddy Matthews.
Do you know?
Oh my lord! Can you not hear me, Buddy Matthews?
Oh yeah, I didn't hear you say it. Yeah, Buddy Matthews. Yeah, so Buddy Matthews, and it kind of makes me feel like he's probably gonna be like the new Buddy Matthews, kind of like his underling when he comes back, maybe. But yeah, it was a nice little match. And then, eventually, obviously, there's some post-match, shenanigans that go on. We got Braun Breaker coming out, trying to blindside Punk. Punk said, saw him coming. And Punk was, getting the better of Braun there early. And then Theory, which I like to see that, Theory ran in and tried to, help. Maybe trying to get, Braun on his side a bit. But then Punk cleared Theory from the ring and then turned into a spear once again from Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker hits the go to sleep spamming emote. And then we get the credits, shown. That we start rolling credits. And 2 weeks, we got the world title match, January 5th. What'd you think of the show overall?
Overall, like I said, this is one of those shows that I really like because it planted a lot of seeds. You got Stephanie Vaquer in a triple threat next week. The tag titles are on the line next week. You got Maxine Dupree and Becky in a couple of weeks. You got Punk and Braun in a couple of weeks. You got Austin Theory in the mix. You've got fucking seeds planted of the women and the Judgment Day being at each other's throats.
Javon's coming.
Javon's coming. Pause.
Oh, right.
Pause. Huge pause. Javon is coming to Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
There we go. That's what I'll say. Javon Evans is coming to Monday Night Raw. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with Javon Evans' work, please go check out some NXT PLEs that he's on. You won't be disappointed. And especially check out, well, I wouldn't say check out his match with Leon Slater. It was good up until Dark State interferes. That's what I do remember. But I'm giving this Monday Night Raw a solid B+. Good job.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I give it a solid B. I thought it was a really good show. Obviously,
could have done without Nikki Bella, but it is what it is.
Right. Too much Nikki Bella mic time. But yeah, solid B. Like I said, we're building towards January 5th, so that's what I'm really looking forward to and excited for.
Yeah, and there are two things that I want to mention here that just came into my mind. The one deals with Austin Theory. During his promo with Paul Heyman, he mentioned, he goes, made a lot of mistakes. I got comfortable. And I was like, okay, all right, Austin. I really need this to be his coming out party of him just being a star, because they've tried. Vince tried, and tried as he may, didn't work. And then this was the first ever WWE show, I think in 2025, where not one goddamn celebrity was in attendance or was even shown.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of that, and I was a fan of it being taped because that meant no commercials, and
No
I
commercials.
loved it going by that fast.
No commercials was great. Nothing kills Milkshake Mondays other than a fucking ad break.
Right.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those are our grades. Jonte gave it a B or a B. Did you say B or B plus?
A B.
Okay, Jonte gives it a B. I gave it a B plus. If you like the show, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like the raw recap, or if you just want to subscribe to the whole fucking shebang, do that too. I don't want to say I don't really care, but I do care. If you have any thoughts on Monday Night Raw, put them in the comments section below. Would love to chat with all of you. What did you like? What did you didn't like? Are Jonte and I just retarded? Let us know in the comments section. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Tell us why we're retarded. But if you do call us retarded, and I hit you back with why, and you can't tell me why I'm retarded, don't call us retarded. Better bring facts. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us in the Raw recap. Hopefully Friday we may go back to regular schedule with the Savage Wrestling podcast. I don't know just yet. My body has not really oh wait. You know what? I'm gonna just say it now. As far as I know, possible live show on Friday morning or afternoon. But I'll have to get some sleep because I gotta go back to work. I'm Aaron Baker. That's Jonte Davenport. This has been the Raw Recap. Good night, motherfuckers.
Peace.
This is Raw Recap! Podcast Raw Recap! Monday night, the war never ends. Two men enter the booth, only one truth survives. Yo, I'll turn the volume up. The king's on the mic, Aaron in the building, dissecting the fight from the opening pyro to the final bell. I break it down raw, send it straight to hell. Suplex the segments, RKO the takes. If the book gets trashed, then the table breaks. Who's running the show? We are. Who's dropping the truth? We are. Who's got no filter? S7 Wrestling. We are. This is Raw Recap. Savage Wrestling podcast. We never hold back. Steel chairs flying, hot takes collide. Aaron and Jonte, Monday night, ride or die. Raw Recap. Hey, Raw Recap. Hey, turn it up loud, feel the impact. Savage Wrestling's Edgar. This is Raw Recap.